Welcome back. It's Game 5 of the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase on BayPreps.com as Archbishop Mitty takes on Lincoln of San Diego in this excellent matchup between teams that entered this season, ranked among the best in the state, and of course Mitty ranked among the best in the country entering this season. And they take on a Lincoln San Diego team they nearly played in last year's Division II state championship. Lincoln ranked 10th in the preseason Cal High Sports state rankings for the year, lost in the Southern California final to Costa Canyon. They won the Hilltop tournament last week, and they could be a team Mitty faces up with again later in the year. Unfortunately, just delivered bad news by head coach Tim Kennedy, and that Aaron Gooden won't start for Mitty tonight. Hurt his ankle in the second quarter of the loss to Travis. And we're going to have a moment of silence here. So Mitty, yes, will be without Aaron Gooden, the 6'8" senior. Came into the season as the 7th ranked prospect in the country among seniors, according to ESPN, and he is not starting tonight's game. Hurt his ankle in the overtime loss to Travis tonight in the second quarter. He played through it, and Coach Tim Kennedy saying he may play a little bit, but he's definitely not starting for the Monarchs, who come in with a record of 2-1. They beat Jesuit at home last week, also won at Sheldon, a team that was ranked in the top 20 in the country. Mitty entered this season as a team that was ranked among the best in the country. They were 14th according to Max Preps. They've been ranked among the USA Today top 20 as well. Before that loss to Travis, who entered the year as the 2nd ranked team in the country according to Max Preps. And Mitty's going up against a set of twins again tonight. They went up against the Harrison twins on Thursday. A couple of guys that are ranked among the best prospects in the country. And now tonight they go up against Tyrell and Tyree Robinson. Starters for Mitty without Aaron Gooden in the lineup. It's Connor Peterson, a 6'2 junior, a regular starter anyway. Matt McAndrews, 5'10 junior. Tyler Gray is a 6'4 senior. Brandon Abagello, a 6'3 senior. And Ian Aguilar, a 6'5 junior. So Peterson, McAndrews, Abagello, Gray, and Aguilar. A little bit of a disappointment for our fans here that we're hoping to get a glimpse of Aaron Gooden, him not in the lineup, but it doesn't mean he won't play. There was a game we did last year where Gooden was out with mono in a game against Bellarmine. He came back in that game and didn't come into the game until late in the third quarter. Of course, that was a league game, but played tremendously as he was recovering from mono. In that, the rest of that game, so still a chance we could see him tonight. And obviously we hope to see him at this Invitational showcase. A big reason why Mitty's playing the final game today. Two-time defending state champs, but the Monarchs aren't just Aaron Gordon. You don't win state championships on just one player alone. But we'll see how these other guys step up against a really good Lincoln team. Lincoln, the team in black. Mitty in the home whites. They quickly get it down low. Shot and a foul. Foul on the Monarchs. And great, we already have a player who's not got a number that's not listed on the roster. They turn in. The first free throw misses badly. Second free throw is good, and Lincoln has the 1-0 advantage. Connor Peterson passes off. This is Tyler Gray. Mitty in their first offensive possession. This is Matt McAndrews. McAndrews feeds Gray. Gray buries the jumper, and the Monarchs are in front. .11 on the shot clock for Lincoln. Shot misses, and Peterson grabs the loose ball for Mitty. Peterson had a nice game against Travis the other night. Misses the shot badly. Abigello can't put it up and in. It's knocked out of bounds, though, off of the Lincoln Hornets. Team that was 24-10 last year. Told you Southern California's runners-up in Division II as Ian Aguilar scores the bucket, and Mitty's up 4-1. Long jumper, misses, knocked out of bounds, off of the Hornets. So Mitty, a 4-1 lead, 6:09 to go in the opening quarter. Daniel Melifowanyu is out on the floor for Lincoln. Just getting that name out of my way here, and hopefully it'll be easier as the game goes on. Here's McAndrews, nice crossover, good ball handler here. Runs into traffic, but passes out of it. This is Peterson inside the lane, tough scoop shot. It's way off the mark. And it's grabbed by Lincoln, quickly up the floor. Come the Hornets, a three-point try is good, actually a 2 for Corey Whipple. And it's a 4-3 game. Said 2, the scoreboard counted that as a 3, and now they got it right. Here's Peterson, nice feed underneath. Aguilar misses the shot, tries to battle for the rebound, but it's pulled away by Melifowanyu. Here's a 3 for the lead. Peterson tracks the board. Not easy to read some of these numbers when you got the dark green on black jerseys for Lincoln. Here's McAndrews, running right-hander off the mark, and the rebound is pulled in by Tyree Robinson. One of those twins the other way. Layup try misses. The putback, though, is there for Markel Jones. And Lincoln has their first advantage. Or actually, they led 1-0. 4:43 to go in the quarter. Is Peterson open for the 3, and he will drain it. Peterson does a good job showing assertiveness. He really was a solid player last year as a sophomore for that state championship team. The 2-time state champion Monarchs. The other way, the layup is good off the window for Markel Jones. And we're all tied up. Mitty playing without Aaron Gordon. Might see him later in this game, but at least not at the start. Abigello misses the corner three. Pass down the 4, deflected, and it goes right in the arms of Markel Jones, who catches and scores. And Lincoln getting some points in transition, beating the Monarchs down the floor. Coach Kennedy doesn't like what he sees. And his team is down 2 with 4:06 to play in the opening quarter. (9-7) Monarchs trail. We're at the midway point of the opening quarter, out of the Mitty timeout. Guess who's on the floor? 6'8", Aaron Gordon. Coach Kennedy said he may play a little bit. Here's a jumper by Brandon Abigello, connecting for 3, and the Monarchs are back in front, and Aaron Gordon's plus-minus is a +3. 3:37 to go in the opening quarter. 3 the other way by Whipple, no good. Gordon skies for the rebound. Gordon's going to pull up for the 3 the other way, and he'll drain it. So the Monarchs are up 4. Dakari Monroe the steal. Starting the transition, Mitty has numbers. He tries to throw the lob, and Gordon will lay it in. Wasn't the exact pass Gordon was looking for, but he did the smart thing, just made sure to get the bucket. Dakari Monroe, outstanding football player this year for Mitty's team that was a semifinalist in the CCS Open Division. Jumper misses. Gordon goes up for another board. Already making a big impact. Up the floor, he'll find McAndrews for the layup. And the Monarchs put in Aaron Gordon out of the timeout. They go on a 10-0 run. Gordon gets a 3, an assist, a couple rebounds. Lincoln basketball out of the timeout. And a foul on Mitty. Here's a long 3 that misses off the back iron. The rebound tracked by Dakari Monroe. Monroe pushes to Gordon. Gordon is fouled, hits the deck, and everyone's going to kind of hold their breath with Gordon with that ankle. He'll go to the free throw line already with 5 points, a couple rebounds, and an assist since he came into the game. Took only a couple minutes, and Mitty's on a 10-0 run since he entered. Trying to figure out who that number 5 is as the jumper inside the lane. The little runner misses, and it's knocked out of bounds to Mitty. Monarchs on an 11-0 run right now. Gordon up top to Monroe. Abigello's already made a 3. He'll pass off to Ted Young, who misses the jumper. The other way, the layup try, no good for Markel Jones, but dribbling it back out is Kevon Mitchell. Lincoln been stuck at 9 points. They're up 9-7. It's 1:26 to go in the first quarter. All Mitty. NorCal has won 2 of the 3 meetings in the NorCal-SoCal games. The one game that involved 2 NorCal teams was El Cerrito and Palma won that game. Led by Noah Allen's 24 points. Palma won 66-63. This is Markel Jones working against the sophomore Monroe. Jones pass knocked away, but he grabs it back and puts it in. So Jones already has 8 points for the Hornets. Here's Gordon pulling up for a 3, missing it badly. Gordon, good defense. Jones gets rid of it to Tyree Robinson, who's been scoreless. He's one of those twins we talked about, 6'4" senior. Tyrell Robinson is the other twin. They had monster junior seasons last year. Wide open on the baseline. The pull-up runner misses. And clearing it is Andrew Scott. Haven't seen Brandon Farrell yet, but he's playing tonight according to Coach Kennedy. He hasn't played in the first 3 games as he's overcoming an injury. 14 seconds left in the quarter. The Monarchs are up 7. They can hold for the last shot. Peterson with 7 seconds. Peterson gets it back, 2 seconds. The jumper, tough jumper. Tip is good by Gordon. They're going to count the bucket. And Mitty is up 9 after 1. You're watching high school basketball action on BayPreps.com. So we head to the second quarter. Mitty, a 13-2 run to close out the first quarter after Aaron Gordon entered the game. He is still on the floor. Brandon Farrell's into the game for the first time, and he converts the short jumper inside the lane. And Mitty is doubling up the Lincoln Hornets. Team that was ranked 10th in the state in the preseason Cal High Sports Poll. Mitty ranked 4th in the state and among the best in the nation. Team ranked among the top 20 according to Max Preps and USA Today. Here's a right-hander, pretty by Markel Jones. Pretty play there. He's already got 10. game's leading scorer, and there's a steal. I believe that's our first turnover. And the other way, Jones gets the layup to fall. So Jones getting some points in transition. It's 22-15, despite what the scoreboard says on our. Got it right now. 6:50 to go in the first half. Lincoln sitting back in the zone. Gordon catches at the elbow. Little scoop shot is good. I don't see that in the repertoire of Aaron Gordon. But he's already got 10 points for a guy that didn't start and didn't play the first almost 5 minutes of this game. Here's a long jumper. Misses from Corey Whipple. Up the floor they get to Peterson, but a traveling violation on the Monarchs. Mitty was down. If you're just joining us, they're down 9-7 to start this game, and they did not start the game with Aaron Gordon. Trying to overcome an ankle injury suffered on Thursday night against Fort Bend Travis. But after he came into the game, they went on a 10-0 run, and they're up by 9. He hasn't left, and there's a steal. This is Ted Young to Peterson. Peterson misses. A couple Mitty players battling each other for the rebound. It's going to be a traveling violation as Peterson and Gray are battling one another for that rebound. 5:43 to play in the first half. Hanging in the air and scoring is Tyree Robinson. His first points of the game. An air ball, long rebound deflected, and Mitty will keep the possession. Another three-point try and way off the mark again. That time it was Ted Young. Mitty a little bit sloppy, although they are up by 7 points. Steve Garrett is into the game. Garrett's the one with the ball, guarded by McAndrews. Three-pointer misses, but an offensive rebound. Takeaway by Mitty. Here's Peterson, hanging in the air, scoring and drawing the foul. And Connor Peterson can stretch this lead to double figures if he can complete the three-point play. Five points in the game for Peterson, who, as they mentioned on ESPN in their night, being recruited by WCC schools. So he makes it a 10-point lead for Mitty again. Monarchs have led by as many as 11. Handoff pass. This is Steve Garrett missing the shot. Offensive rebound, going up and getting fouled is Melifuanu. Final game of the day. The final state football bowl game is going on down in Carson at the Home Depot Center. So first free throw by Melifuanu, a 6'9" senior, is good. De La Salle, I believe, is up 14-0 last score I saw. It's 27-18. It's Melifuanu makes one of two. 4:14 to go in the first half. Inside, Farrell converts to another short jumper in the lane. So Farrell, a good start to his season after missing some games because of injury. Here's a lob to Gordon, the catch and the stuff from McAndrews. That's what a lot of people came here to see. Gordon's got a dozen. And he's making Tim Kennedy's decision easier to leave him out there for now, but also maybe to bench him later on. But the other end, we've got a chance for a three-point play for Melifawanu. Great lob there by McAndrews. No, it's a guy that Mitty likes a lot. He was not in the regular rotation last year for the state championship team. However, he was on the varsity level, suited up for the varsity. A good ball handler, a good passer, which is what you like to have when you got a big man like Gordon. Misses the free throw, does Melifawanu. Mitty still up 11. Peterson back to Abigello for the open three. Good. Abigello's got his second three-pointer. He's got 6 points. Mitty's got their biggest lead. And there's a steal by Peterson. Peterson's got numbers, feeds Gordon. Gordon's layup, no. The tip misses by Farrell. And it's cleared by the Hornets. And the other way, we've got a layup and the foul. Makes it a 34-22 game. A chance to cut this lead down to 11. It was Tyree Robinson with the bucket. And he'll make the free throw. So we're at an 11-point game again. This is McAndrews crossing over, stepping inside the lane. Nice feed to Farrell, who's got the layup. They're doing a good job getting Farrell involved, and that was all set up by the dribble penetration from McAndrews. 2:11 to go. Lincoln has trailed most of the way. They were up 9-7 until Aaron Gordon entered the game for the first time after Gordon started this game on the bench. Had an ankle injury the other night, and they're resting him on the bench right now as Farrell also comes out of the game. Gordon taking his first rest and starting this game on the bench. .153 to go. It's 36-23. Here's a three-point try. It misses by Gray. This is Tyree Robinson to Markel Jones, the leading scorer for the Hornets. Misses the jumper. And a rebound for the Monarchs and Gray. 1:26 left in the half. McAndrews, nice stutter step, misses the scoop layup. The Hornets bring it the other direction. The three to cut it down to 10. That was Whipple on the three for the Hornets. And we're under a minute to go in the half. McAndrews going to pull up for the 17-foot jumper and connect. 4 points for McAndrews. Really liking the way McAndrews is playing. Seems to be playing with a lot of confidence. And off the ball, we've got a whistle, an offensive foul on Tyree Robinson. 6th Lincoln turnover. 37 seconds left in the half. That's going to mean another chance for Aaron Gordon, who's got 12 points. Eight seconds. McAndrews looking for the lob for Gordon, who catches, can't lay it in, tries to tip it in, can't do so. And a foul on the Monarchs. Mitty did have a foul to give, though, so that's the good news, that they're not sending Lincoln to the free throw line. Well, I guess they'd had the fouls around on the board. This happened earlier today, so that is in fact the 17th foul, and 1-and-1 free throws, a miss. 1 second, the shot, the buzzer is no good. It wouldn't have counted anyway. And at the end of one half of play, it's Mitty 38, Lincoln 26. You're watching high school basketball action from the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase on BayPreps.com. So we get ready for the start of the second half. Aaron Gordon, 12 points to lead Mitty in the first half. Brandon Abigello, Connor Peterson, Brandon Farrell all at 6. Matt McAndrews with 4, and Tyler Gray's got 2. Mitty outscored Lincoln 20-11 in the first quarter and 18-15 in the second quarter. Leading scorer for Lincoln is Markel Jones. Misses the jumper there, but here's a 3 by Tyree Robinson that's off the mark. Another offensive rebound. And this is Tyrell Robinson. Gets it stripped. Connor Peterson brings it the other direction. Abigello, pump fake, steps in baseline, kicks it McAndrews. Back to Abigello, wide open 3, no. And the rebound deflected out of bounds off of Lincoln. Monarch basketball. Mitty starts the second half like they started this game with Aaron Gordon on the bench. Gordon, ankle injury the other night. He did come into this game to score 12 in the first half. We'll see how much he plays here in the second half. Peterson, McAndrews, Abigello, Aguiar, and Gray on the floor. And there's a turnover, but a traveling violation called first before the steal. Mitty just 4 turnovers tonight. Very well-coached team under Tim Kennedy, the 2-time state champions. I think the thing about Mitty, it's impressive. It just seems like they never take a night off. When you're playing 30-something games a year with high school kids, you're bound to have nights off time and again, but it doesn't seem like Mitty has them. They lost the other night, but it was an overtime loss, and when they do lose, it seems like it's always a tight game. Jumper misses, and the rebound picked up off the floor by Gray. Feeds Peterson, jumper good. Connor Peterson's got 8 points. Here's an open 3 for Tyree Robinson. McAndrews has it for Mitty. McAndrews wants to reset, working against the defense from Markel Jones. 6:05 to play in the third quarter. Peterson wide open, almost not ready for it was Gray. If he was more ready for it, might have had a bucket. McAndrews, nice feed underneath. Aguiar scores his first or his second bucket. First since the opening minutes. Mitty's up 16, their biggest lead of the game. Second foul on Connor Peterson. Before we get free throws here for Tyree Robinson. Not sure what the confusion is. Robinson 1 of 1 from the foul line. He's got 5 points. His brother Tyrell shut out in the first half. First free throw is good. These are guys last year that averaged 21.3. Tyree averaged 21.3, and Tyrell averaged 16.9 points per game. Tyree's got 7 tonight, and Tyrell doesn't have any. 5:35 to go in the third. McAndrews misses on the scoop. Pulled away by the Hornets. And the layup is good for Tyrell Robinson. So 4 unanswered for Lincoln. Jumper misses by Aguiar. Tyree Robinson pulls it in. He'll find Tyrell. The two twins play catch, and underneath, layup try misses by Jones, and it's cleared by Aguiar. Here's Peterson on the high right. Gordon's going to check back in for Mitty. Takes off his coat, heads to the scorer's table. McAndrews feeds Aguiar. Nice pass. Aguiar's got a layup. Robinson slips as he made his move and gets called for a travel. Although I don't know about that call because he slipped, but he was passing as he was slipping. It seemed like a very questionable call. So Gordon's back into the game for Mitty as Gray takes a seat. Final game of the day, the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase. 5 games as Abigello gets called for the travel. In the NorCal versus SoCal games, we had 3 of those. This is the 4th, and NorCal's up 2-1. Tyree Robinson passes off to Fred Melifawanu, who's that number 5 we didn't have on the roster earlier. There's a shot by Robinson. It doesn't fall, but he was fouled, and he's going back to the free throw line. First free throw misses from Robinson. Andrew Scott's going to come into the game for Mitty as Aguiar sits down with 6 points. Second free throw's good, and it's a 13-point game. Mitty led by 12 at the break. Gordon hasn't touched it since he's re-entered, working against a 2-3 zone of Lincoln. Lincoln surrounding Gordon, even that zone. Long 3 by Abigello is good. His 3rd 3. And on the penetration, the other side, a foul on Mitty. As Tyrell Robinson tried to take it to the rim. Robinson scoops it up, wanted to draw the contact. McAndrews brings it the other direction. McAndrews has it blocked out of bounds. It's off of Lincoln. Mitty basketball. Gordon inbounds. Abigello tries to get it back to him, but it's deflected away by Lincoln. And McAndrews tried to come up with a steal, but a travel first against the Hornets. Mitty was down 9-7 once this game started. Aaron Gordon was on the bench. But then when they brought Gordon in, it was a 10-0 run, and Mitty hasn't looked back since. Pass to Gordon, and he is grabbed and held, and Tyrell Robinson wasn't going to let him go up for the shot. Here's Gordon. His team up 16. Brandon Abigello misses the long three, but Dakari Monroe's got the rebound. And then Abigello gets it stripped. The other way, the layup. Markel Jones now up to 14 points. That was his first bucket of the second half, and a turnover on Mitty. The Monarchs starting to get a little sloppy. More turnovers in this quarter than they had in all of the first half. They're still up 14, 47-33 with 2:04 to go. Mitty not allowed a substitution here. Here's a three. The deflected rebound goes out of bounds on the long miss by Tyree Robinson. Here's Gordon, excellent feed pass underneath, and getting his shot blocked out of bounds was Ted Young. Still Mitty basketball, 1:32 to play in the third quarter. Pretty uneventful third quarter. Mitty led by a dozen at the break. Gordon is going to draw the foul. I'm going to say it was on the floor, so no free throws. Corey Whipple into the game for the Lincoln Hornets out of San Diego. Southern California runners-up last year in Division II. Came into this season as the preseason number 10 team in the state as Gordon throws it away. Mitty turnovers continue. Tim Kennedy's starting to get pretty frustrated on the Monarch bench, even though his team's up 14. Tim Kennedy, their head coach, who is an outstanding college player at Loyola Marymount and at Sarah and San Mateo, as the three is drained by Tyree Robinson. So Lincoln cuts it down to 11 with 53 seconds in the third quarter. Definitely not out of this game. Gordon catches. Nearly called for the travel. Probably could have been called for a travel, but they're going to call a foul. So Gordon shoots free throws, and he drains the first. 2 of 3 from the line tonight. He missed a couple key free throws on Thursday against Fort Bend Travis with less than 30 seconds left in regulation, and the game tied. He's a guy that hasn't hit a high percentage, real high. It's not percentage last year, but seemed to make free throws when they counted. So he makes them both here. 49-36, 46 seconds to go. From the left block, turnaround shot misses by Tyrell Robinson, but he's going to go to the foul line. Quiet night for Tyrell Robinson, just 2 points. One guy that's not playing tonight for Lincoln is Jeremiah Turner, 6'8" senior, who is expected to be one of their better players. Of course, Mitty a little banged up as well. Misses them both, and Gordon tips the rebound to himself. He's got 5 rebounds to go along with his 14 points. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Gordon pump fakes, then shoots and passes underneath. What a great look, and he finds Tyler Gray for the layup. And there's the buzzer. Well done by Aaron Gordon to find his teammate, and after 3 quarters of play, Mitty ups their lead from 12 to 15 in this third quarter. We go to the fourth and the final of 5 games today at the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase. Monarchs are in front by 15. So Monarchs have the ball to begin the fourth quarter. This is Aaron Gordon. He's playing a lot more minutes than we thought tonight. Coach Tim Kennedy telling us a little bit he'd play. And even though he hasn't started either half, he's certainly played a good amount. I would estimate out of the game's 24 minutes, he's probably played about 16 minutes of those. Missed shot, the right hand from Mitty. That was Cameron Korb who's in the game for the first time. Lincoln on the miss from long range, but a foul on the rebound. Brandon Farrell's back in the game for the Monarchs. Didn't really play in that third quarter, but 6 first half points. He got most of his minutes tonight in the second quarter, and he's being worked back in the lineup slowly. Matt McAndrews ready to check in after this first free throw. He'll check into the game for Korb. So he makes the second one. 7:07 to go. Underneath, Gordon misses, grabs his own rebound, goes up, scores, and the foul. So Gordon tries to convert the three-point play, and he does. 4 for 5 from the free throw line, Aaron Gordon. Give him 17 points, and that's the deficit for Lincoln, 54-37. Again, Lincoln led 9-7, but Mitty's been in control since. They went on a 10-0 run after Aaron Gordon made his first appearance, and they haven't looked back. So we got a tie up, and the possession there will keep it with Lincoln. Traveling violation. Mitty bench calling that one, waiting for the official to make the call. Six and a half minutes to go. Underneath, Farrell catches, misses. Gordon has it blocked out of there. Gordon wanted to get it back to Farrell. Now he's going to work off the dribble, get it knocked out of his hands, but McAndrew's there to pick it up. And a timeout called by the Archbishop Mitty bench. The Monarchs in front by 17. Franklin Canyon Stables, very affordable, family-oriented, and place to go if you're looking for riding lessons, trail access, horse training, or boarding. That's Franklin Canyon Stables. For more information, go to kimshorsetraining.com. That's kimshorsetraining.com. Rocco's Ristorante Pizzeria, a place to go after the game, open late, full bar, longtime supporter of high school sports. On the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio and Walnut Creek, that's Rocco's, best food in the East Bay at Rocco's. Your home to watch whatever sporting event you desire. And call Michael Mowry, your home loan purchase and loan finance expert. That's Michael Mowry at 925-967-3055. Let Michael Mowry at CNA Equity be your bridge, your most profitable equity partners. Here's Gordon, nice feed, Farrell. Farrell, layup. Mitty extending their lead. Gordon grabs the rebound off the Lincoln miss. Here's Farrell spinning around. And it hit every part of the rim before falling out. Here's the three from the wing. Good. It was Markel Jones, who's got 17 for the Hornets. Gordon working off the dribble. Tries to scoop in a layup. And the rebound to Jones. Jones misses. The tip off the hands of Peterson. And getting it to fall is Tyree Robinson. He's got 13. We're not getting much production from outside of Tyree Robinson and Markel Jones. Dangerous pass by Farrell. He grabs it back off a deflection, and it leaves Peterson wide open for three. Another board for Gordon. Goes right to the rim. Scoop. Reverse layup. Gordon just piling up the rebounds now. Starts the break with Peterson. What a great feed, and the layup for Tyler Gray. Past the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Mitty in control, up 18. Shot misses and out of bounds off of Mitty. Tyrell Robinson couldn't get it to fall, but the Hornets will get a new possession here. Farrell's going to come out of the game. Nice game in his way back from injury. Farrell on line of Mitty players that are just smart players. You talk about guys that graduated last year like Vranikar, Peters, and Bible. And here going to the bucket, drawing the foul and getting the basket to count is Tyrell Robinson, who's had a real quiet night. He's got 4 points. So Lincoln calls a timeout. They're down by 15 with 3:44 to go at the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase. It's all Monarchs, and Aaron Gordon, who did not start this game, but did not start the second half, still has 19 points tonight to lead all Mitty players. Mitty on their way to go into 3-1 on the season. Lincoln in danger of falling to 3-2. Aaron Gordon a chance to win the Mr. Basketball State Player of the Year, which he did last season. And he's done it mainly on the strength of his play in the state championship games. Mitty's the two-time defending state champions, and Aaron Gordon in those games, those 2 games, he's got 51 points and 41 rebounds. And he's going to have to put up some real big numbers, but California hasn't had a National Player of the Year since 1992. And Gordon is a contender for that, although there's a lot of real good names on that list. Here's Peterson. Nice feed underneath, and the layup for Andrew Scott's first points. Well, Mitty's a really good passing team. And Lincoln a good slashing team as Tyree Robinson scores the bucket. Get it back down to a 15-point game, 3:16 left. Here's McAndrews going to the rim, missing the shot. Lincoln's got the rebound, trying to start a break. And a traveling violation. Lincoln bench can't believe the call. So Robinson commits a foul for Lincoln. One and one for Connor Peterson, who has made his only free throw tonight. It's going to be a foul on Mitty as Tyrell Robinson was grabbing that rebound. So they'll head down to the other end, and it's now 1-and-1 free throws for the Hornets, and Robinson. Long day. Started at 1:30. The first game of the day was Bishop O'Dowd defeating Pacific Hills, who played a game last night and beat Deer Valley last night in Santa Maria. They get into El Cerrito at 2:30. And then they played at 1:30 this afternoon against O'Dowd, and O'Dowd overcame an 11-point halftime deficit for a 57-53 win. And then in a battle of two NorCal teams, it was Palma over El Cerrito 66-63 as UCLA commit Noah Allen scored 24. Second free throw misses. Peterson has the rebound. And a steal by the Hornets. This is Tyree Robinson with it, working against Peterson. And he pulls up for the long three over Peterson and scores it. So he cuts it to an 11-point game, 2:20 to go. Third game of the day, it was Inglewood defeating Newark Memorial. That game was nip and tuck most of the way, and Inglewood ended up pulling away in the final few minutes. And then the fourth game, Salesian was in control almost the entire way. They win 60-47. They led by 20 at one point. Jabari Bird scored 16 points. And now here in the final game, Matt McAndrews goes to the free throw line, and he misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Monarchs not really closing this game out strong as there's a layup to cut it down to a 9-point game. And now Aaron Gordon's going to come back into the game, something Tim Kennedy did not want to do. Andrew Scott goes out as Gordon checks in. 2:01 to go. Mitty's missed the front end of the last two 1-and-1s, but they make the front end here as Peterson sinks it. Peterson now with 9 points. So he makes them both. Peterson's in double figures. Inside 2 minutes to go. NorCal looking to go to 3-1 against the SoCal teams today. It's a three-pointer, is an air ball. Out of bounds to Mitty. Here's McAndrews throwing the lob. Peterson can't catch as it was deflected out of bounds. Peterson's got some good leaping ability, does the 6'2" junior. Made some highlight reel type plays a year ago. Inbounds goes to McAndrews. And Peterson is fouled with 1:37 left. It's going to be an automatic 2 shots now for the junior. First free throw misses by Peterson. So he makes it a 65-53 game as he makes 1 of 2. Gordon grabs the rebound. Unofficially 10 boards tonight for Aaron Gordon. Go off his 19 points. Ranked as this number 7 recruit in the country according to ESPN, number 7 prospect, and I think he's better than that as the pass is deflected out of bounds. Obviously, I don't see a lot of these other players, but I have a hard time believing there are 6 high school players better than Aaron Gordon. Didn't start either half of this game tonight, but has still made an impact And he dribbles the basketball with 1:07 to go. And a foul now on McAndrews, who will go to the line. Lincoln still committing fouls here, down a dozen. The Hornets are going to go to 3-2. Could see these teams maybe meet up later in the year in the Open Division, but I think Mitty's got a much better chance of getting there than Lincoln. Although Lincoln they have an outside shot. They began the year as the 10th ranked team in the state in the preseason poll. Inside a minute to go. Gordon another board on the missed three. Really good performance by the Monarchs tonight. The bounce back after a loss like they had in Texas against Fort Bend Travis on Thursday night. They fly back in yesterday, play this game here in El Cerrito. And a solid performance because it wasn't just Aaron Gordon. They got a lot of guys stepping up and making big plays tonight. Tyler Gray, he's got 7 points now. You talk about Connor Peterson, Matt McAndrews, Brandon Abigello, Brandon Farrer, all playing solid games. .15 lead. Gordon will come out again, and this will be his final exit of the evening. McAndrews and Abigello will also come out of the game. Peterson and Gray come out as well. They get a little bit of a hand from the Mitty faithful. 48 seconds to go. Going to the bucket and drawing the foul and scoring the bucket as well is Robinson. And Tyrell Robinson's got a chance for a three-point play. Be interesting to see Mitty and Salesian play next week. We're going to be broadcasting from the Catholic Winter School Classic at Cal State East Bay and Hayward next week, and we'll see Mitty and Salesian, probably the two best teams in the Bay Area. We're going to broadcast that game along with 4 others next week. So the free throw is converted, the three-point play. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. We're looking forward to it here on Bay Preps. Underneath, Mitty will dribble it out as they've got John Paul Reinfleisch in the game. And Lincoln still committing fouls with 30 seconds left. John Paul Reinfleisch misses the first free throw. But yeah, that Mitty Salesian game's a good one. We're going to be broadcasting 5 games again next week. We've got Moreau Catholic Reardon, looks like a really good matchup. Reardon's going to be one of the better teams in the WCAL this year. But Sarah plays St. Joseph Notre Dame. St. Francis is also playing next week. Rindfleisch makes 1 of 2. 26 seconds to go. Tyree Robinson gets another bucket. He's got 9 in the quarter. 20 in the game, and Lincoln calls a timeout. They don't want to go home back to San Diego just yet. 24 seconds left. Mitty is up 69 to 58. So the Monarchs trying to close this out. This is sophomore Dakari Monroe, and he's going to get fouled with 19 seconds left. Monroe, at 6-foot sophomore, has not scored tonight. He makes the first free throw. We're looking forward to going home. Well, Lincoln's looking forward to extend this game. 19 seconds left. Still fouling, and Monroe makes both free throws. Be interested to see if they foul after the next time the Monarchs have the ball. This is Robinson with 13 seconds. Tyree Robinson has it knocked out of bounds. They'll stay with the Monarchs, or the Hornets, with 8 seconds left. Mitty and Salesian next Saturday night. Going to be a real good one as the jumper is good. And we're going to get another timeout by Lincoln. As they draw up the 11-point play with 3 seconds left. Archbishop Mitty girls basketball team with an impressive win tonight at Deer Valley. Deer Valley's a good team, and the Archbishop Mitty girls tonight won 72-42. Monarchs get the ball in, and we will not get a foul. 71-60, the final score. Archbishop Mitty defeats Lincoln, and the Northern California teams in their matchups with Southern California teams today go 3-1 at the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase. Take a timeout. On the audio side, bring it back in a moment. You're watching high school basketball action on BayPreps.com. Pat O'Rourke back with you as we recap the final game of the day from the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase. Mitty defeats Lincoln 71-60. Mitty hit this game most of the way. They didn't start this game. They went on a 10-0 run and they never looked back. They led 20-28, 26 the half. For Lincoln 34-33 in the second half, but they're in control most of the way. Mitty goes 14 of 20 from the foul line. Lincoln had 10 turnovers. Monarchs had 9. Mitty out rebounds the Hornets 32-25. Aaron Gordon, 19 points, leads the way for Mitty. 11 for Connor Peterson. Brandon Abigello scores 9. Tyler Gray and Brandon Farrell each had 8. 5 for Matt McAndrews. 2 for Dakari Monroe and Andrew Scott, and 1 point for John Paul Rindflesh. As for Lincoln, 20 points for Tyree Robinson. Tyrell Robinson scores 13. Markel Jones finishes with 17. Corey Whipple with 5. Daniel Melifuwanu had 4. And Fred Melifuwanu finished with 1. Thanks to everyone here at El Cerrito, including Gaucho's basketball coach, Michael Booker, for everyone here in terms of just made us feel great. We got a strong internet connection to use, Ethernet connection to use all night, and everyone couldn't have been nicer. So thanks to them, as it's been a successful day. It was a great day of watching basketball. We saw some of the top talent in this state, and when you talk about the state of California, it means you're seeing some of the top talent in the country. First game of the day, it was O'Dowd defeating Pacific Hills 57-53. Dragons overcoming an 11-point halftime deficit. Then we saw Palma down to host El Cerrito, giving the Gauchos their first loss of the season, 66-63. Inglewood beat Newark Memorial 65-55. Salesian was a 60-47 winner over Sarah of Gardena, and then Mitty wins the final game of the day, 71-60 against Lincoln. Thanks to the producer and the cameraman, Jerry Gerard. I'm Pat O'Rourke, signing off from El Cerrito, the Drew Gooden Invitational Showcase. Great day of basketball. We're hoping to do it again next year. You've been watching high school basketball action on BayPreps.com. Have a good night and good weekend.